Would you like to have managed a young Lee Sharp? Your age now, where you are now, when you look at yourself when you're young.
Yeah, I think so. But I think for me it was a harsh learning curve because I was in the team so young with so many experienced players with such an aggressive, powerful manager. I could take I could take a shouting out. I don't mind that. Yeah, I've not performed. I've not played well. I know you don't have to tell me when I've not played well. And I put more pressure on myself than any manager, fan, newspaper, whatever. No one can put any more pressure on me than me. And I know when I've played well. I sort of know when I've played all right. I know when I've played well, and I certainly know when I've played. So the manager coming off and me, I can take that. That's not a problem. I can take that. But what I then want is the manager to come to me on a Monday and go, right, this is what you did wrong, or this is why you played bad. This is what we're going to work on this week. This is how we're going to put it right. Here's a couple of drills for you. After training, just do this, this and this. Just do this, this and this. And I'll go, yeah, fantastic, thank you very much. And then you know you've put the hours in the week in training, that becomes a habit come match day. So you don't have to think, oh, I need to be there, or I need to do this. It just becomes a habit that you're just working on and becomes natural.
Repetition.
To go into the game, yeah. So but we never got that Monday chat to say, let's just do a bit of this, let's just do a bit of this, let's just do a bit of that. It was always like, sort yourself out. And as an 18, 19-year-old kid, if you don't know what you're doing wrong, how do you put it right? So that was my only gripe, if you like, that we didn't get told how to put things right that we were doing wrong.
It's funny you should say that, because I've read this theory about Dele Alli, and along those lines, in that he became a first-teamer so young. So he's still very young. He's only in his mid-20s now, but he got brought in, it was MK Dons, he arrived at Tottenham, Pochettino, and he had his greatest success under Pochettino. I mean, he was playing the semi-finals of a World Cup in 2018, let's not forget. But the moment things start to change, he's never been through that youth coaching setup of understanding different parts of the game, different aspects of the game, different systems. It had been Pochettino. And when things didn't go well, he didn't know how to adapt, and then he found himself at Everton and various managers at Spurs before that, and now he's playing in Turkey. And it's along those lines of what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I missed out on the coaching, the youth setup at Manchester United, so I did Torquay for a year, played first-team football as a 16-year-old kid at Torquay in the 4th Division.
Not Megan Gary Stevens.
Not Megan Gary Stevens. But playing with men, so sort of get brought up on the physicality of it and the pressure of having to play a first-team game and having to get results. But then when things, I was a 16-year-old kid, so sent out there with an experienced team going, give the ball to Sharpie and get in the box. He'll take people on, he'll get crosses in, you just get in the box. So then you come into the United team at 17, 18, and you're just told, just go and do what you want to do. If you have a bad game, you're 17, 18, it doesn't matter. But then when you've been in the team for 2 or 3 years and you get to 19, 20, and you're still having a bad game, and you don't know how to put it right. We've also talked yesterday about, you go through this period of just go and enjoy yourself because you're young enough and you're not expected to play well. You're expected to have the odd bad game, so just go and do it. To then get to, you've been in the team a couple of years now, so you shouldn't be having a bad game. And how to deal with the mentality of, how do I keep myself when I'm not playing well? How do I still come off the pitch playing 7 or 8 out of 10 when I don't really know what I'm doing wrong and how to put it right? And you've got this extra pressure on yourself. The fans have got extra pressure. The manager's got extra responsibility on you. That's why for me to go and play for England at 19 was like me playing for Man United at 17. So I could go out with the freedom that it doesn't really matter. I can go and express myself. If it comes off, it comes off. If it doesn't, I'll have another go, and then I'll have another go, then I'll have another go, because I've got time to learn. Whereas at United at 19, it was like, right, you've got to do it today. You've got to do it this week, next week, the week after, the week after.
Each result matters.
Every game matters. You're playing with some big players.
What enabled you to do that then? Because if we're going to liken that to Dele Alli, that's almost identical in the sense that he used to play in a carefree fashion, and he would pick up positions and he might give the ball away 3 times in a row, but then one thing would happen. That's how I remember him.
Yeah.
At the time. He was cheeky, he was creative.
But he lacked that developmental phase of being a younger player.
But what is that?
Where the results don't matter as much.
Yeah, but I think that you learn more by doing what you did than
Yeah,
what you would in development.
You have to,
playing
don't
it
you?
in men's football
and
all that. There's no better learning. You learn 4 or 5 times as fast doing that than what you would going through
And
development
the 21
systems.
system, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So that for
Well,
me doesn't quite add up.
Yeah, I probably learned a lot from one angle, but not a lot from another angle. So they're just different angles, aren't they?
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, Dele Alli, I don't know. It was just you just knuckle down. I don't know. At United, there was always someone that was ready to. I had Ryan Giggs coming through. I had Andre Konchesky on the other side. So it's like you either knuckle down and play well and keep yourself fit and work hard in training. Don't give the ball away. Do the basics right. Help your fullback out. Get up and down the pitch. So that's what you learn.
It's relentless though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's relentless.
Yeah, and you don't realise how relentless
No.
until you step away from the big clubs and realise that actually there's only 4 or 5 people in the squad that can come into the first team now. So a few first teamers are quite safe. Whereas at a place like United, there's pretty much 2 players in every position. So if you're not doing it, apart from your captain, your goalkeeper, and probably your centre forward and your centre halves, everybody else is interchangeable.